Howdy all, lovely to see you all again. We're going to look at a very special piece of gypsy jazz wind today. We're going to be looking at Minor Swing by Django Reinhardt. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at that first opening riff that starts the song. It's going to be working around an A minor chord essentially. I want to start off by doing a flat ring across 7 of the 5th and the 4th string. And then I want to jump to 5 of the 3rd string. Okay, then from there, what I've got here is a pull off into a slide. So I'm doing a pull off from 7 to 5 on the 3rd string and then sliding that to 4 all on the 3rd. After that, I'm doing just 7th fret of the 3rd string and then just a semitone bend from 9. The very, very tiny one. So we just want to repeat that exact same idea 3 times and then have a little break while the double bass does that big bend. So all together. Bend on the double bass. Then we want to do it 3 more times and then just work through these sort of dominant 9th inversion things here. So we'll go through this 3 more times. And then there's a bass fill that goes something like that. Let's have a look at these classic Django 2-finger chords. I've got a pointer on 6 of the 4th string, and I've got a flat ring here. He obviously does something like that due to his situation, but anyway, I use my flat ring, and that's going from 7 of the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 1st string, and I want to go. So what I'm doing there, I'm going back, forward, back on that chord. When I do the back stroke, I put in that pinky on 8th fret of the 1st string. I think that's sort of like a sharp 5th, augmented 5th kind of vibe. Okay, and then I want to go. So I'm going to go back, forward. I'm going to get rid of that pinky on the forward stroke. So all together. Cool. And then I bring it back 2 frets. So this is more of a, I guess, a D dominant 9 chord or maybe some sort of weird A minor 7 situation. Not 100% sure. And then it goes. So what I'm doing there is I'm going back, forward, forward. So all together. Let's try the whole thing one more time slowly with some tabs. 6, 7, 8. Alright, let's take a look at the second section. I want to start on the 1st string by playing 6, 5, 4 as a pull off. Okay, then I want to go. So what I'm doing there is I'm playing 5, 7, 5, 4. 5, 7, 5, 4. and then back to the 7 with my pinky. So all together. Cool, and then we're going to work through this. That's a little bit diminished-y sounding, I guess. I want to do a staircase little shape here from my middle finger. I'm going to play 5 of the first, 6 of the second, and then 7 of the third. And then at the end of that, I'm going to hit 4 of the third string. So all together from the start of this chunk. Okay, then we want to work into this phrase. What I've got here to start is a flat middle finger going from 10 of the third to 10 of the first. Okay, and then I want to jump to 8 of the first. Okay, now the next bit we're kind of working down a bit of a harmonic minor scale. Okay, so what I'm doing, sorry about that, I'm going to be playing 12, 10, and then 9. When I get to that 9th fret, I'm going to do a trill, a hammer into a pull off, 9, 10, back to 9 again. And then after that, I'm going to work up a diminished arpeggio. So I've gone 9, 10, 9 as a hammer on into a pull off. I then play 10 of the third, and then 12 to 9 on the fourth. So that whole phrase there. Let's try joining it to the first one now. Hopefully that's all making sense. Let's work on the last chunk and then we'll do the whole thing slowly with some tabs. So what I'm going to do here is a bit of a strange sweep. I'm playing 6 of the fourth and then 3 of the second and the third string. Okay, at the end of that, I want to be playing 6 on the second string. I might pick that just to get a bit of extra sass out of it. Okay, at the end of that, I'm doing a little hammer on into a pull off, 5, 6, 5 on the second string. At the end of that, I'm doing a pull off from 5 to 4 and then sliding to 2. And then I want to hit that 2 twice when I get there. So I'll play that all one more time relatively slowly and then we'll try the whole section. So we've got 3 little chunks now. Let's try and join them together relatively slowly. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's take a look at the third section. I want to start from 10 of the second, and then I'm going to play 7, 8, 10, 10 on the first. If you want, you can add a little bit of vibrato on it. Okay, then after that we work into this. What I'm doing here is I'm playing 8, 7, 5, 7, still on the first, and then I work through this phrase. I know Django did it all with these 2 fingers, but if you're like me and you want to get the most out of your fingers, try and think of it in sort of a chromatic sense where we're going to have separate fingers from 4 to 7. So I put my pointer on 4 and my pinky on 7, and I work through this slowly. Let's take our time with this. I want to play 4, 7, 5 on the first string, and then I want to play 6, 5 on the second. You'll notice I'm using my ring in my middle here to be efficient, and then it goes. So what I've got here is I'm playing 7, 5, 4 on the third, and then just a little semitone bend on 5 up and back on the second string. So let's take it from the start of the section. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then we work into this A minor arpeggio. Let's slow that down. I'm doing my ring on 7 of the 4th string and then a flat pointer across 5 of the first 3 strings. So it's going to be based around that A minor bar chord. Okay, at the end of that I want to play 7, 8, 5, 7. So we'll join that with the sweep. Now it's not a ridiculously fast sweep and you'll want to kind of maintain that swing feel as well. Hopefully that's making sense. Then we go. So what I'm doing here is playing 7, 10, 9 on the second string, and then I'm working back chromatically from 9th fret of the 3rd string by playing 9, 8, 7 on the 3rd, and then then jumping to 8 of the first. So let's go from the sweep a little bit slower. Okay, and there's a tiny little bit more to it, and then we'll put the whole thing together slowly with some tabs. So it'll go... So it's nearly the same thing twice. What I'm doing here is I'm playing 7, 5, 4, 7, 5 on the first string. Then I cross over my pointer and get flat on the second and the third string on 5th fret. I'm playing the second to the third, so... From there, I want to jump to 4th fret, and then jump it to 7th fret of the 4th to finish that. So to go... Sorry. That's right, Chris. Okay, then at the end of that, I want to play 12 of the first string twice, and then do an action power slide out of it. So let's try the whole thing relatively slowly, and then we'll do it one more time with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's take a look at the 4th section. I want to start from 12 of the first, and then I'm going to play 12, 13 on the second, back to 12 of the first. Maintaining that swing vibe, and then we want to do a little A minor arpeggio twice. So I'm going from 14 of the third, 13 of the second, and 12 of the first twice. From the start. Okay, then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm playing 12, 13 on the second string and then the first. And then I want to jump to 14 of the second. At the end of that, I'm just going to work down this kind of sussy arpeggio. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 12 of the first, 15 of the second, and then 14 of the third. And at the end of that, I want to play 15, 12. Sort of sounds like Careless Whisper. Anyway. Alright, let's take it from the little chunk before that. Okay, then we're going to work into this. Let's slow that down. So what I'm doing here is a hammer on from 10 to 12 on the 4th. And then I play 10 of the third string. And then I want to go... which is playing 12, 10 on the first. And then what I do here, again in that sort of harmonic minor realm, I'm playing 13, 12, 10, 9, and then back to 12 with my pinky. Okay, let's have a look at the next bit. This is going to start getting a little bit more diminished-y. I play 6 of the second and 7 of the third, and then I work into this. So what I'm doing here is sliding from 4 to 1 on the third string, then going back to 4, and then I want to play 3, 6 on the second string. Okay, after that I work into a little A minor arpeggio, the one that we had sort of similarly in the last section. So I'm going from 5 of the second to 5 of the third, then to 7 of the fourth, and then back to 5 of the third. Let's take it from the start and then we'll put it all together. I just want to add one more arpeggio to that. It's got a bit of a minor 7th vibe. We've got the high G there. Working through basically an A minor triad. Stuff we would have seen in, Megadeth and Avenged Sevenfold before, but got the weirder gypsy jazz notes at the top of that. So let's work through this. I want to play 12 of the 5th, 10 of the 4th, 9 of the 3rd, 8 of the 2nd. Then I want to play 8, 12 on the first string. At the end of that, I'm playing 15, 13 on the first string, and then ending that on 12 of the second. So let's put that arpeggio with the rest, and then we'll try the whole section slowly with some tabs. tighten some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the fifth section. We're going to start off with a couple of high notes and then just work down a D minor arpeggio. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 13 to 17 on the first. Now, I used to pull this off, but I realized he does pick a lot of the notes in this. I'm playing 13, 10 on the first and then rolling up a flat finger with this D minor shape here. So I'm playing 13 to 10 and then 10 of the second and 10 of the third. And then resolving that to 12 of the fourth. Cool, and then we're working this. So what I'm doing here is a hammer on from 9 to 10 on the third string, flattening that to 10 of the second, and then jumping to 7 of the fourth. Very Django-y fingers there. Alright, let's take it from the start of the section. Okay, then we'll work through this hilarious chromatic run. So what I've got at the start of this is 12 of the first. Go. I was holding that in for a while. Alright, so we're going to play 12 and then we're going to do 2 11s, 2 10s, 2 9s, 2 8s and 2 7s. So it's chromatic, nearly all in groups of 2, we just play a single 12 at the start. Okay, now I'll jump over the 6 so it's not entirely chromatic. I want to play 2 5s and 2 4s. And then I play 6 on the second string twice. Okay, at the end of that, I want to play 5 4 5 on the second. That's just after that double 6. So all together, then it goes. So what I've got here, I'm playing 7 5 and then 7 7 on the fourth. Then we'll work into the next section after that. So let's take it from the start. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the sixth section. I want to slide from 9 to 8 back to 9 on the third. And I want to jump to 12 on the first for the octave. Cool, and we'll work into this. So it goes. It's a bit of a strange note choice, but I want to play 7, 10, 8 on the first. And then jump to 9 of the second. And then I want to go. What I'm doing here is playing 7 of the first, 10 of the second, and then 9 of the third. So all together, hopefully that's all making sense. So what I've got here is I'm just rolling through a bit of chromatic action here. I'm playing 6 and then 5 4 as a pull off, and then I'm going to play 5 6 5 on the second. So from the start. Time. Okay, at the end of that, I do a bend on 7 of the second string, jump back to 6, and then play 4 of the third. Okay, then after that I work into this phrase. So what I'm doing is a pull off from 7 to 6 on the fourth, and then I play 4 7 7 on the third. So from the start, let's try that again. And then I work into this phrase. So what I do at the start of this, I do a slight dead note before I hit that 6th fret on the 4th string. So I'm doing a dead note as a back pick, and then I'll go and just do direct alternate picking from there. So start on the dead note backstroke, and then I'm going to play 6 9, this is straight diminished by the way, on the 4th string. Then I play 7 10 on the 3rd, then I'm going to play 9 12 on the 2nd, and then then 10, 13 on the first. At the end of that, I'm going to slide from 14 to oblivion. It doesn't really matter where you end as long as you get that sort of big slidey sound. Okay, after that we work into this very Django-y looking 2-finger arpeggio thing. So let's take this slowly. I want to play 7 of the first and then do a pull off from 10 to 8 on the first. Then it goes. So I'm going to play 10 of the second string, 8 of the first, back to 10 of the second again. Then I'm going to play 9 of the third and then 10 of the fourth. 9 of the third, 10 of the fourth, and then work my way back. So after 10 of the fourth, I'm going to play 9 of the third again, 10 of the second, and then I want to end on 8, 10. One more time, a bit slower. Okay, let's take it from the start of the section now. So we want to go from let's try it one more time slowly with some tabs. Okay, moving on to section 7, we're going to start with this. So what I'm doing at the start of that, I hit 7 twice on the first string and hammer it on. And I want to just play 5 to 7 as a hammer on the first as well. Then I go. So what I'm doing here is a hammer on from 4 to 7. And then I'm going to play 5 of the first. And then from there, I'm playing 6 of the second string. And then I'm going to play 7, 5, 4. I think we had this a couple of sections ago on the third string. Then I go. So once again, that semitone bend on 5 of the second string. So let's try it from the start. Then I go. So I do sort of 2 very short notes on 7 of the fourth string. Then after that I go. So I'm playing 7 of the fifth now, and I'm just sort of ascending up with that slide, not ending anywhere specific, just getting that big slide sound. Okay, then I work into this. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 6, 7, 8, 7 on the fifth, and then I'm going to just play 6, 7 again. At the end of that, I do what's called the apple pie rhythm. That's what's going through my head. Apple pie. So just forward, back, forward relatively quickly. I think it's sort of two semi-quavers and a quaver. And then I work down this A minor arpeggio. So let's take this slowly. I'm playing 7 of the fourth and then the fifth. And then I'm going to play 8, 5 on the sixth string. And then I'm going to play 5, 8. So go. So there's 2 5s there, and then I'll resolve that on 7 of the fifth. Let's take it from the start of the section relatively slowly, and then we'll do it one more time with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, we're up to section 8. Now this is going to work with a lot more of these dominant ninth inversion chords. So I'm going to start from 6 of the fourth and then 7 across the first 3 like we had at the introduction of the song. So I'm going, so I play that once as a backstroke, and then my 2 forward strokes are going to shuffle that pointer over to 7 and that flat finger across to 8 of the first 3. Bit of a mouthful. And then I want to play 6 and 7 and then back to the 4 and the 5. Okay, then after that I jump back to 7 and 8. And you'll notice after that first initial back strum, I was doing all forwards. Okay, then I want to go, what I'm doing here, back on 4 and 5, back forward. and then I work chromatically here. So what I'm doing here is playing 6 and 7, and then shuffling that up 1 fret at a time till we get up to 9 and 10. Let's take it slowly from the start, and then we'll work through that big, hilarious chromatic run. Okay, and then I'm going to go, so that's on 14 of the 4th, and then a flat finger on 15 of the first 3 strings. I'm going forward, back, so there's 4 strums there. It's got a bit of a Looney Tunes vibe. Anyway, so we hit it 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. On that back pick we slide it back, and then we want to end up on the 3rd fret of the 1st string to start this chromatic run. So we'll do what we've got of the chords one more time. Okay, now I work through this, it's completely chromatic. I want to play 3, 2, 1 open on the 1st. Then I want to play 4, 3, 2, 1 on the 2nd. Same on the 3rd. Now on the 4th string, I'm going to play 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 open. Okay, and then I want to work forwards from that open note 1, 2, 3. So it'll go. So from the start of the chromatic run. Okay, and then from there I'm working through a diminished arpeggio. So I'm playing 3 of the 4th, what we were just on, 1st of the 3rd, 3 of the 2nd, and then 1st of the 1st. I'm going to end that on a diminished note, the G sharp, on 4th fret of the 1st string, and we go. So I'm going to play 2 7s on the 1st string, and then work up that A minor arpeggio. So I'm playing 5 of the 1st, 5 of the 2nd, 5 of the 3rd, and ending that on 7 of the 4th string. Again, a little bit careless whispery. Alright, so let's take it from the start of the section, from the dominant 9th inversions and then the chromatic run. Let's try that one more time with some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the final section. I want to start from 8 of the 1st string, and I'm going to go 8, 7, 5, and then it'll play 4, 7, 5. Okay, we work down another sort of diminished idea. I'm playing 6 of the 2nd, and then 7, 4 on the 3rd. Okay, and a semitone bend on 5 of the 2nd. Okay, then from there, I want to work through this little phrase. That's a bit weird. You've got a bend on the 5th fret of the 3rd string with an open. They do kind of harmonise, but it is a little bit offensive to the ear at times. So we'll take our time with it. I'm doing a pull off from 6 to 5 on the 2nd, and then 7 to 5 with the slide on the 3rd, and then I'm sliding to 4 after that pull off. So I go 7 5s to the pull off and then slide to 4. At the end of that, doing that bend on 5 of the 3rd string with the open 2nd string, and then it goes. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 5 of the 3rd, 7 of the 4th, and then 7 of the 5th twice. Let's take it from the start of this section. Okay, then we just work through these octave chords. So I'm starting from 1st fret of the 4th string, and then 4th fret of the 2nd. So I'm starting all of these on the back stroke. So I'm going back, forward, back, forward, back, forward on all of those. So it's going 1 and 4, and then 2 and 5, and then 3 and 6. And I bring it back to the 2 again. And I go. So what I'm doing here is I play back forward on the 4 of the 3rd string, and then 7 of the 1st. And then I do the same thing from 5 and 8. And I do it from 7 and 10. And I go. What I do here, this is a little bit quicker. There's no back forward, it's just one strum in each. So that's playing 8 and 11, and then we're also playing 9 and 12 there, and it's only one strum each. Okay, at the end of that. So what I'm doing here now is playing 6 of the 4th, 9 of the 3rd, 9 of the 2nd, and then I play 7 of the 4th, and then 10 of the 2nd, I play that twice. So all the octaves thus far. At the end of that, we work through an F dominant 7 into an E dominant 7th, but you'll notice that I've got the lower inversion. This is, I think, a low 5th. Yeah, to be the low 5th. So what I've got here is I'm playing 8 of the 6th and the 5th, and then I'm playing 7 of the 4th, and then 8 of the 3rd. So I go back forward on that, on the F1, and then I hit the E1 twice as a downstroke. Let's try the whole section slowly, and then we'll do it one more time with some tabs. Slow it down. One more time with some tabs. Hope you guys have enjoyed my tutorial on minor swing by Django Reinhardt. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.